Simply put, patriarchy actually reared its ugly head over 6,000 years ago. And since then, if there ever comes a time in my lifetime that there's time travel, I want to go back in time to that first village and meet the first woman who bought into patriarchy. Now, patriarchy, understand, is a system of fear. It's a fear-based society. That's it. Patriarchy cannot exist without the marketplace. As long as you have the marketplace, you're going to have patriarchy. As long as you have the patriarchy, you're going to have the marketplace. It's one and the same. Now, the patriarch is, of course, the Lord and Master. If you don't believe it, look at his religions. Now, the feminists of the world have taught me, and I've looked at what they've taught, and it's true. All the patriarchal religions are structured the very same. The very same. It's a pyramid. I don't care which one. Buddhism, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, and go on and on and on to the patriarchal religion. But they're the same. And they argue. Why? They not only argue with one another, they argue within. And the history of patriarchy is one of absolute violence because he's fear-based. There's a saying from my direct ancestor, Luther Standing Bear. He wrote 3 books. In one of his books, My People the Sioux, he said, the white man fears the forest, and what he fears he wants to control, and what he cannot control he will want to destroy. So when you don't know, then you have fear because you're by yourself. See, the patriarch's by himself. He's at the top of the pyramid. So he has to fear everything. And what is the largest fear of the patriarch? It's the woman. It's the woman. Why does he fear the woman? Because he can't figure her out. It's true. Every male in here knows that is true. You can't figure out a woman. I mean, the way she drives, the way she shops, and what we men puzzle at, her version of logic. So if you don't know something, you're going to have to control it. So since the rise of patriarchy, women have been terrorized and abused. And that's history. Because they've got to come under control. Even the facts, the written facts of the Holy Roman Catholic Church, when they invaded Europe, remember, anything north of Rome, it was called the barbarians. Y'all from Europe? You're descended from Europe, you're barbarians. Until, just like they did to the Indians in the Western Hemisphere, they came with a Bible in one hand and a sword in the other. And they said, you see those women over there who have removed themselves from the village? They're practicing witchcraft, and they put you under a spell. And you're forced to take care of the babies and everything else in the village while they're over there brewing these medicines or whatever that put you under their spell. They're witches. Hence Halloween. You know, if you knew your history here in the United States of America, the women should be en masse getting rid of Halloween. Hello? Study your history. That's how you were subjugated and terrorized. That's just the European woman. Now, what else does he fear? Well, you see, he has a marketplace. And that marketplace demands that he control it, just to protect himself. Now, you know, I'm not going to, because of time, I can't go in, verse by verse, chapter by chapter of the entire history of patriarchy. But suffice it to say that the marketplace he has to control. What he can't control, he will destroy. How many times does he destroy the marketplace? I don't care if it's the Ming Dynasty, the Egyptians, Kublai Khan from the Mongolian hordes, the Huns from Hungary. I don't care if it's the Romans, the Greeks, the English Empire, the Soviet Union. Whatever empires that the patriarch has done, they've all been destroyed from within. All the empires, including the United States of America. And that's why I'm a revolutionary. You see? Because it's already happening. There are books out in your bookstores now explaining this repeat of patriarchal history continually. Not in those words, but they compare it to the fall of the Roman Empire, to the English Empire. The English Empire was a little bit smarter, though. But I won't go into that. The point is, they fight over the marketplace because they're afraid someone else is going to take it over. And they have to. When they created the marketplace, they have to create the empire. Now here's what patriarchy does all the time. 100% of the time. They create the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. It's really sad that no one sees this. And why is, therefore, that you can then understand why matriarchy has been under vicious attack by the patriarchs since they reared their ugly head over 6,000 years. It's almost complete now, ridding the world of matriarchy. Coincidentally, my grandmother the earth is getting tired of y'all. She used to just shrug her shoulders every once in a while when she was, she had a scab or something on her, she'd flick it off or something. Your world would shake or it'd flood or the wind would twist you around. But now she's getting pissed off, She's mad, she's angry. And she's doing more than shaking. She's starting to swat. She's starting to dig out the cancer. And so Al Gore gets an Oscar. At any rate, Al Gore, who was president for a few hours, until he put his tail between his legs and retired to his oil-driven mansion in Tennessee. At any rate, patriarchy. It's really sad because it never changes. And no one sees it and no one does anything about it until it destroys itself from within.